morning.
Good morning.
It's Wednesday morning, the 24th of July. Wow, I remembered the exact date.
Episode 11?
Is this 11?
I think so.
Wow, it doesn't seem like it's been that many. But anyway, last week you watched me tool this seat, and today I'm going to try and block it in and see if it's actually going to fit. Yeehaw. So let's keep our fingers crossed. But anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is wet the center of this seat up. And I want you all to watch how I'm doing this, because I'm not going to wet the whole seat. This is one time when I'm going to wet a piece of leather and not wet the whole thing. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Okay, I'm just going to wet this center part. And I'll tell you why I'm just wetting this one part here in a minute. As soon as I can get my brain to think of two things at once. Okay, I think that'll probably do it. Let this drip off for a second.
Good job.
Thanks. Okay, now I'm going to set it on here. Kind of get it in position. I think I need some more water on this. It's already drying back out. And this is just water in this tub. This is what I call Herman Oak tea. Because after you put vegetable tan leather in it a few times, it starts to take on that
Oak flavor?
that oak, yeah, the oak flavor. Okay. I don't want it to drip all over everything else, so I'm gonna make sure there's no water just standing on it. Okay, here we go. One more time. Now this is where the drawdown stand comes in. Up until now, we've just been using this stand just as a saddle stand. I've got to take off those back jockeys because I got nails there that are going to affect what we're doing. Then I'm just going to go back into these reference holes that we made when we were fitting this seat. Now let's put our handy little drawdown strap on. And I made this strap probably 35 years ago, so
Bear with it.
they last a while. Make sure everything's centered up.
Is that a custom stand? Or
Custom built, yes, by me.
okay.
It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It just has to be something you can draw down, put pressure.
Yeah. I thought it was just a stand. Here I am.
You got to keep messing with it. I'm gonna bring the saddle back this way a little bit so it kind of draws down forward a little bit. If you'll notice when I draw it down this way, it also makes it want to take this dish back here. Sometimes you'll end up with a bubble here and you've just got to work that out. I don't know which side to stand on. Get my little handy bouncer doorknob. I'm doing this on top of this strap and not on the seat itself. I want to avoid any marks on it.
Is this a setup that every saddle maker will make for himself eventually? Or can you buy that?
I'm sure there's some people that make it, you know, that I've had two of these and I made both of them myself. You know, there's nothing fancy about it.
I know, I
A
feel
lot
like
of
we've
them,
been
a lot of them,
going over.
instead of having just this, they'll have a cross member actually bolted to this with a ring on each side that they'll put their strap to. But I always knock my shins on something like that, so I don't have the cross piece. I just use this this cross member there.
You know that trailer
It's
hitch is
separate.
going to get you every time, don't you?
Yep, just like a trailer hitch. That's exactly right. You just want to take your time and make sure you shape this deal, because this dish, if you don't get it shaped good, it'll want to bridge across and it'll be flat and it won't ever set against the saddle itself the way it ought to. spot to see what it looks like. Looks pretty good. Okay, now I'll put it back on.
Did I miss why you said you just wet the middle part?
Yes, the reason I just wet the middle part is I don't want the seat to take all these dips and didos here on each side. I just want it to shape over the top of the seat because I want this to be nice and flat.
Denny, did you talk about whenever you got done last week, you were in here on the table, and before you let the leather dry completely, you kind of like shaped the edge a little bit?
Yeah, I cupped those edges.
You cupped it, yeah. So it was wanting to mold downwards instead of fold
Yes,
inwards.
and as you can see, that's what it's
Yeah.
doing. If I didn't do that, they would be sticking out
Yeah.
like this all the way around. We've got a seat screw that's gonna be right in here. So I'm gonna locate that right now. Thanks, Liz.
You need a dead weight on your
I know.
drawdown.
Chasing
Alright.
your saddle over here.
Go with one more here. Now this will be, I will have a hold for saddle strength up here. Remember that big old spike you were saying? What would you ever use that for?
Yep. This.
All right.
Man, you gotta punch your tooling in the face.
Yeah, but there's going to be a rig catcher right here, so you aren't going to see this.
So it's all right.
You gotta mold your flour back into shape.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that side is fit and blocked. I need one more spike. Got this one, but I need one more yet. Let me see if the boys next door have
I'll
them.
get it.
Okay. Get a couple if they've got them.
Okay. Nobody has any like you do,
Oh,
but we got baby
Those are
ones.
great. Those are great. Thank you. All right. Get our seat screw first. Might be easier for me to just punch a hole in there. You think?
Getting ready to find out.
You got it right in one of the chicken necks.
You can't see both sides at once though.
Is it easier?
Are you just punching your hole?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's easier or not. At least I can get the spike through here now. Nice. Very nice. That worked out well.
Are you pleased?
If I can get this one to work out well.
This is a workout for you, isn't it?
Yeah,
You're gonna stick it in and pull it up into shape, and then beat it in the spot.
Yeah. That's gonna work though.
Cause that spike's going in the tree, right?
Oh yes, it's in the
Oh
tree.
yes.
Okay, that'll work. This little nail here is showing, but when all is said and done, it won't be. All right, let me take my strap off again and see where we are. Still pretty much centered, that's good. Pretty much centered is what I want, you know. If I was building a rough out saddle, I'd use the rough outside of this strap.
Smart.
So they can grab each other.
Yeah. Forgot my little crossbar. Okay.
Kind of makes me want to need a saddle, but I don't need a saddle, so there's no reason to make one.
You do need one.
That home decor. Just make one to put in your home.
Everyone needs a saddle.
Maybe I could just make the little tiny one, you know, just to do it.
So you can say you made a saddle.
It counts even if it's tiny, right?
Yeah, it counts. Yeah, it all counts.
You could ride a mouse. Strap that saddle on a mouse. Zoom or a cat. I bet you a kid fit on a cat.
Oh, that saddle's pretty big. I could probably put it on Miko. Or put Luna on Miko.
Oh yeah.
Or put Blue on Miko. That would be
Or
better.
a squirrel.
Yeah.
There's that squirrel that was riding that speedboat, little remote control speedboat thing.
I think I've seen that.
Put a
Stuart
set-
Little.
Put a Stuart. Put a saddle on a dog and put a squirrel on the saddle.
You know, at the rodeo, they always used to have an Australian Shepherd or a Blue Heeler riding a monkey, or a monkey riding one of those with a little saddle on them. They would ride around the arena and the little monkey would be going like this.
Boom, 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 boom.
Alright, well, I better go do work.
That doesn't sound like any fun.
It's,
You are working. You're controlling the crowd right here.
Yeah, your crowd control.
okay. Okay, yeah, I'll leave that. Oh, you're using his dead weight for
Yeah,
your...
the super dead weight and the medium dead weights in that bag up there.
When all's said and done today, I'm gonna have to have the big dead weight back to sit.
Well, you might have a camera on your head.
Because I'm gonna tip it back like this and put that dead weight in there. Well, that'll be the last thing we do. Because I'll set it back there. That'll make this dish stay like it's supposed
set it
to.
on your dish.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a fun picture today.
Huh?
You need saddle tree with thing.
you got your bubble out of there, you're just kind of rubbing
Yeah.
it and making sure it stays out.
Yeah, well, you got to feel across here if there's any lumps
Uh-huh.
or angular spots. You want to get rid of those because you want this to go smooth all the way across.
I set on it when we had our seat ground in. Now we don't want to.
Right, we
Upset
don't
it.
want to change that.
We don't want to upset that.
Yeah, we want to make the seat take the same shape as the ground seat.
I agree. It was very comfortable.
Well, good.
You've done good so far, Denny. I approve.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that like that. Now, I think I will mark where my border's gonna be because tomorrow, or Wednesday, I think,
We are
Friday, I think I will probably tool this fork. I don't know if you can see it.
I can see pretty well.
You can't see this over here.
Yep, I can.
Oh, you can?
I can see it, but I can't.
Okay, there's
Tell
one
me
little,
there's a nail.
there's one little spot
that
over
wrinkle.
here where there's a crease.
Mhm.
And there's nothing I can do about that now, but I don't think it's gonna show very much after we get it tooled. But I've just set this set of wing dividers at about 3/8 of an inch. That's about what I want my border to be.
What was that? You marked it next to your lace there? Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, just marking a border next to this lace.
On this side over here, can you point to me where you put your little mark at?
And right there.
Marking around the.
Yeah, I'm just marking around the horn.
I don't know if I can see that.
Can you see that? Okay, and I'm just coming up on this lace here. Same thing on this side. Okay.
Let's see. That should be the mark that we put on there,
Mm-hmm.
right there.
Yeah, about there.
I don't know if they can see it on screen, on camera or not. I was zoomed in real close there. I don't know if they can see it. Worth a shot. Mark border.
Now I'm just using a little round deal, something round to mark here by my seat.
Keep a good flow.
Keep a good flow though. Okay, now I gotta mark across the front. Are you on that camera there?
I'm not, but I can be.
Well,
Where you gonna mark at? Where you marking?
I'm gonna mark across the front here. Right here.
You just using that lip as your guide?
Yeah. It's not perfect, so I've got to just kind of gauge what I'm trying to do here. Okay. Over here, about the same thing. No, it's fairly symmetrical. There's going to be a horn wrap on this, and I won't see a lot of this right up in this area, but I still want to try and do a pretty good job on it. Okay, I've got that all marked. Now I'm not going to do anything else until I take this seat back off, and then I'm going to take the skirts off and wet this up good and try to lay a pattern out and tool it on Friday. But since we've still got a lot of time, we've only spent what, 30 minutes? I'm going to take the skirts back off and I'm going to burnish them. Well, shoot, I'd pinned my skirts down. Strap back on. That on there just for safekeeping. And I'll take these skirts apart. I've already sanded these pretty good, so I think they're about ready. I'm just gonna bevel the top edge of these. I'm not gonna bevel the underneath edge because I'm gonna line them, and I think I'll probably have time to line these skirts today, since you guys are so fast.
Yeah. The blocking went better than expected.
Very much so. Taking number 3 Western Edge beveler to bevel these with. Now I'm not gonna, are you on here? I'm not gonna bevel this top edge because that's an unfinished area. Got that beveled. Each beveler will only take off so much material, but you want to make sure you've got that hole, the hole so much that it's going to take. All right. Put this stuff aside. Get some stuff here to do this with. Okay, I'm back. Are we on duty?
You're on.
Okay. First thing I'm going to do is dampen this outside edge. Just do that much of it for now. And I'm going to take this 400 grit sandpaper. This is wet and dry sandpaper, and what I'm doing now works a lot better when the leather has just a little bit of moisture in it. I'm just sanding off most of that fuzz there. And after I line these skirts and bevel the lining edge, I might go back and do this one more time because I want it to be really nice and slick. Okay. Now I'm going to go back and put some more water on it yet to get it fairly wet.
You're wandering away from me, Denny.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I better there?
Yeah.
And I'll take some glycerin saddle soap. Go over that. Doesn't take a whole lot of saddle soap, but you want to get it all over that edge.
Not a lot, just get it all over.
Yeah. Just make sure you've got it covered. Then I'll just take this piece of canvas and burnish it really good. Ideally, you're wanting it when you bevel and burnish an edge and finish it up. You want 2 or 3 pieces of leather that are applied together to look like just one solid piece. That's the idea. I don't know, can you see this edge?
I can see it now.
Okay, that's what we're after.
Did you
right
just
there.
use one piece of leather there?
No, this is 2 pieces. Nice, yeah. All right. Now let me do the bottom part of this. Just one piece of leather is all there is there.
You're welcome.
Really adds to my credibility when you do stuff like that.
They're always quiet watchers.
YouTubers are quiet.
Watchers, yeah.
Okay. I'll call that good for now and we'll do the other one.
Now, would you sand that again?
After I get the lining on and the lining beveled, I'll probably sand it one more time and go over that one more time.
You ever go any more than 400 grit?
I don't. Some people do. Some people just keep getting finer and finer.
Yeah.
But to me, that's a pretty good edge, what we have right there. I mean, that's as slick and shiny as... I'm not trying to make it look like plastic. I'm trying to make it look like a nice piece of leather.
Yeah. Is there, I understand on like the other things where they get it to a glass looking finish on there, but on the saddle part of it, when you get it slicked up, it's going to be on and off the horse.
Yeah.
Every time it gets rubbed just a little bit,
It'll
that
scuff
edge
it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, initially I want it to look good, you
Yeah.
know.
Got this blue one off camera. Stay right there, though. There, I conned Chad into talking. Chad said good morning.
Morning, Chad. This our Chad?
No, Chad, Cootser.
He's our Chad now, I guess.
Chad through her hat.
Yeah.
Chad was asking what. Do you have any classes set up for this Saturday?
No, I don't.
So you can do beginner or advanced, I imagine.
I could do either one, yes.
Have you filled out your spots for your saddle class yet?
Uh,
Or is that?
I've got all I have to have to do the class at 3. If I could get 1 or 2 more, that would be great.
John Andrews says good morning from Texas.
Oh, good morning, John.
Texas is probably hot right now.
It was nice in that cave yesterday.
Oh yeah, because you went to Fantastic Cavern
Yeah.
yesterday. I tried to get Isabella to get a job there.
Really?
She said, what would I do? I said, I don't know. You got to go apply. I don't work there. She said, well, I don't want to go there. I said, okay, we'll find the phone number and call them.
Boy, it's a crowded place. I was there years ago. The only other time I've been there, it wasn't anything like it is now. They've got a gift shop and like a visitor center, and
Yeah, they got a whole deal there.
yeah, and there were probably 200 people there.
Really?
Yeah, they run it's like a Jeep pulling a long trailer
Yes,
with
I've seen
bench
it.
seats on it.
I think
And
they,
I think they can hold like 35 people or something like that. And they just, one after another, they just kept running them through there.
yeah, I think they run like 3 or 4.
Yeah. I think 4,
Yeah.
because there were 2 in our group, 2 of those Jeep and trailer deals. And then we passed 2 of them coming
Yeah.
back out.
You get all the way back in there and they shut the lights off and
Yeah.
everything, shut it all off, and you just,
It's beautiful. You know, I'm sure there are caves with more features than that one, but I mean, you'd be hard pressed to say it's prettier than some parts of all of it are beautiful.
this one you get on a Jeep and you ride through, you don't got to do no walking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you done with this water thing?
Yes. I keep wiping my hand off on my pants,
Yeah.
because I don't know if you guys have ever messed with water and glycerin saddle soap at the same time. It is slick stuff.
Funny how soap works.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to sand this now. With
You got to
saddle
burnish and
soap-
sand at the same
with
time.
saddle soap on it. That might be something new that I want to do all the time. Made it pretty slick.
That's called the SS process.
Yes.
Soap and sand.
Soap and sand, yeah. I've already had these skirts over to the belt sander and trued them up, so I wasn't trying to take any material off other than just that fuzz with the sandpaper. I can't line these yet because I haven't drilled the holes in the skirt or in the tree yet.
For your lace.
Yeah. All right, these stirrup leathers are the first thing that I cut off those sides.
Yeah, we didn't see that part, right?
Yeah. Well, I didn't because I didn't want to take the time to have to make them watch me straighten off the sides, and I just cut it with a strap cutter.
So you, when you made a straight edge on yours, just a
long straight edge. These stirrup leathers are going to be about 65 inches long. Between 64 and 66 is what I generally make a stirrup leather. So I'm going to make these 65, right? So I just straightened off a side of that side of leather. From the butt towards the neck, I went 65 inches. Actually, I went probably 67 because we're going to cut some off.
That way you made sure you had more butt.
I had it. Yeah, you want...
All butt.
The butt is the firmest part. Up on the back of the butt is the firmest part of this side. So that's what we did.
And then how wide are your straps?
These are 2 7/8. They're going to be what they call a 3-inch stirrup leather, but I always cut them 2 7/8 because if you cut them a full 3 inches, they won't go through a Blevins buckle.
And
so that's the name of that tune.
And it gives it a little bit more play, so you're just not locked in one
spot. Yeah. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'll go to our little water tub here. I can do it in this bucket. Is that all right?
I can't see a thing. Let me drag your saddle out of the way. All right, go for it.
I'm just going to wet these up pretty good. Don't need to just saturate them, but you want to get them pretty wet because you want to take some of the stretch out of them. Right here, I'm just going to grab them. And I don't know if any of you remember, but when we were talking early on in this deal, I said the near side of the saddle is the one that always gets the most abuse. It's the one where you get on and off all the time. That's the stirrup leather that's going to stretch the most. So you want to you'll always have one piece of leather that's heavier than the other. So you want to use the heaviest one on the near side. That's this one right here. They can all slip these out good too. Putting an N on this, using my thumbnail to mark that. I'll put an O on that one. That way I'll know which one's which. Okay, I've got them slicked out and wet up. So now I'm going to use my handy stirrup leather end tool, which is the saddle soap can.
That is pretty handy.
Yeah.
I just let her drink.
I'm
Just let
going
her keep
to.
on going.
I'm going to. Okay.
I wonder how those
That
oak
wasn't so
tannins
much.
are for her.
The what?
Oak tannins in that are for her.
Well, I don't think they'll hurt her.
Turn her more brown.
Yeah. Just give her a tan. Okay, now let me measure these. I'm gonna cut them off at 65 inches.
Or if it's not 1 minus 3 crease. Just keep adding crease.
I think I recognize the other people who are on one start changing that. My internet should be Wi-Fi, so okay.
All right. Now I guess I'll just bevel the edges on them, but I'm not gonna use this number 3.
On my main top or
Yeah. I gotta get lost of that. My goal is basically.
I'm gonna use the number 2 Western edge beveler.
Oh, right. But there's also, so it might make more sense for it to just be right here for now. Yeah. Be right here for now. Does this need air too, doesn't it? Or is it just back?
Do you always bevel the side away from you?
No, if I'm gonna bevel this side, I'll bevel going this direction. But I would have to tie it down here so I could hold on to it and push against this beveler. When I'm beveling against myself, I can push against
Yeah.
it. But like if I was beveling a whole bunch of stuff, I would always tie it down at one end and bevel down one
Yeah, I
side.
was watching, trying to think of which way I'd be beveling. I think I'd be beveling this side to me because I would be going like this to push against my hand as I go down it. I don't know.
Well, see, that just shows how odd you are.
I know. I'm just, well, I mean, we're both left-handed, so I just thought it was different. Maybe I'd bevel the side away.
Yeah, because see, I'm holding against it with this hand.
We'd still be doing the same. We're still
Yeah.
doing the same thing.
Yeah,
Both beveling both sides of this one.
yeah. When I get down about the last 5 or 6 inches, I won't bevel this inside.
Back side.
Yeah, because it's going to be doubled up.
Yeah. So you want to make a hamburger pocket?
Right.
I don't know if they call it anything, but I just came up with that name.
A
Hamburger pocket. Yeah, you know, like when you got a hamburger patty
Yeah.
between your buns.
Yeah. And they wonder how settled people come up with all these names.
2 guys standing around the shop just shooting the breeze.
Making hamburger pockets.
Don't make hamburger pockets. Oh yeah, I need to stop a little bit. I need to stop shy so I don't make a hamburger pocket.
Yeah.
You guys mark that down. It's going to be a new term that we're going to put on our website.
Andy, Teresa.
I should go ask Kevin sometime. Do you know how to keep from making hamburger pockets? You haven't heard of that leather term? How long have you been in this business, Kevin?
We've been talking about that all day. Okay, now I'll burnish these edges. Do them the same way.
You gonna work on this edge right here, this edge of this table?
Yeah.
Let me switch lenses right quick.
Okay.
Yeah, that was kind of my brain was at. I was
This
like,
is just a sanding block, but it's about the same weight.
do you have any desire to slot wall going over your side? Or are you fine with it being here and keeping it on and off?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I can definitely make use out of it.
I was just thinking I might finger carve the billet into these stirrup leathers, but I'll wait till after everything's put together before I do.
You have to try to mark your area.
Yeah. Well, I think I can cut the holes today, but I'm gonna wait to finger carve it till
Yeah.
later. A lot of people use an electric burnishing wheel to do this, and that's fine. But I feel like I get a better edge when I hand rub them. That one's ready.
I think if they do that, they take away the handmade part of it.
Right. You know, not really, but it's just something I've always done. I've always hand rubbed all my edges. I guess I have a mental block against it.
And if you rub it with your hand, you might as well do it.
Yeah. And I would say most fine saddles are hand rubbed.
Yeah. Most things are.
All right. You want to see my other surprise now, or you want to wait for a minute? I want to show it to you now. I guess I answered my own question.
You don't want to wait.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. You had your cowboy stitch on there already, right?
Yeah.
And then you filled in your other little spots.
Yeah. I just finger carved those, yeah. All the blank spots. You got it. Those aren't missed stitches, by the way. I just had to crawl off the edge of these things. And it's
That's
a
the
long,
hardest.
it's a
that's
long
the hardest
stitch.
part, like walking
Yeah.
off that.
Yeah.
No, I was looking to see if you did any finger carving over here on
No.
this side.
I did not. That's
You-
the sweat side.
Yeah, you need to put just a Denny right there. Finger carve via Denny on
I
there.
could do a DL.
DL?
Yeah.
I think it'd be good.
I'll wait till I get it saddle soaked up and wet good.
Man, you about knocked that
Yeah.
top off that thing.
Yeah. Every once in a while you got to change. Oh, and here's my little braided ring, my braided hobble ring.
Yeah, is this one you're showing me earlier?
Yeah. Well, no, that's
That's
the
the
one
other
that's
one.
actually going to go on the saddle. That's braided with a piece of or a latigo lace.
What's inside of it? Just a
Just
3-inch ring,
A 2-inch
2
ring,
inch.
2 or 2.5.
and then you just double loop laced around it.
Yeah.
So this will clip your.
Yeah. See, it'll go.
Oh, hold on, I
It'll
can't.
be on. It'll be on the near side. Do something like this. Only it'll be up in here instead of down here where it
So you can clip your
is. Yeah.
cowboy working on the
Yeah.
field can
Yeah.
clip his
But
cow
they're hobbles. Yeah.
We are gonna replace constant flat wall.
Okay, that's my surprise.
I dig it. I'm ready for that next surprise. That lefty on the dish.
It might be a little bit for that.
All right. I don't know if I can see what you're doing.
Well, I'm just trying to see about about where to stop these stirrup leather holes, because it's not real important, but I want to have enough of it.
So you just went over the top where your
just
loop where we thought it was going to
estimated.
be on the tree.
Yeah. I just estimated it, yeah.
Because these loop over the top of the tree, right?
Right. Right. Okay, now I'm going to set my wing dividers.
Can you see that?
Okay.
If you work in that little spot, so I can change
Okay.
these lenses.
I'm going to set my wing dividers at the distance between these two pins. Put these back together so I don't lose track of them. Then I'm going to start, and I'm just going to eyeball the center, but I'm going to start down here
Okay,
towards,
go back that way. Get there.
just eyeballing the center there, starting about in the middle. I want to be down fairly close to that end with the first one. go one extra.
So slide back my way. Tell me what you did. Mine.
Okay, right here is where my estimated, so I went one more hole other than that.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna find the center of this, approximate center. I'm just gonna mark center on all these marks that I made. That way when I come back with my hole punch, and I'm gonna use a drive punch to do this.
Perfect. And this is your adjustment for to make your stirrups longer or shorter?
Yes. Where the Blevins buckles
Yeah.
tend to go. I think this 11/64 is about what I want. I might go a hair bigger than that. Go with a 5/16.
5/16 hole punch?
5/16, yes. You don't want to get these overly big and sloppy, but you sure don't want to be so tight that you can't get things buckled.
If they can't buckle tight, they have the could pop out.
Right.
Then your stirrup would be on your foot and not in any leathers.
Right. And you would be on the ground with your stirrup on your foot, saying, "Dang, I wish I
looking
wouldn't."
down at you, going, "What are you doing down there?"
Notice I'm just tapping it and then looking to see where I was, making sure I'm about where I need to be. Alright, let's see if what we did is going to work.
Go back over your punching board. There you go.
Just Alright, that works. So I'm going to use it for a pattern for the other one. Because you sure want to make them the same. You don't want different length stirrup leathers or you'll be jake-legged everywhere you go.
Jake-legged.
Jake-legged. Well, you can be pigeon-toed or jake-legged.
Yeah.
You know.
Take your pick. Just don't make any hamburger pockets.
Yeah, that's right. They're against the rules.
See, when you lay those two together, look at it. Lay your two beveled edges together. See? Fit you a little hamburger patty right in that pocket.
Okay.
Okay, you're done, Tony.
Well, I'm glad to know that, though. Now, a lot of times I'll go and punch a hole in between each one of these. That's where you can get half an adjustment out of it, but I'm not going to on these. I'm just gonna leave these the one. Okay. I think that's about all we can do today.
Think so?
Okay, today we wet the center of this seat. I had it all dried. It was all tooled and dried, and I'd already burnished and polished the edges on it. So we just wet the center of the seat. We wet from about here all the way around here, but we didn't wet down here on the two seat jockeys because we don't want those to cave in. So we had them dried and straightened. Then I put the drawdown strap on and drew the seat down. I worked around on it, made sure there was no bubbles or wrinkles in it, and then after that I used the spike and drew the seat around to where everything is where it's going to be in finality. Then I made myself a line where I'm going to draw the border on Friday, and we're going to tool this fork cover on Friday, hopefully. After that, I took the skirts back off and set them over on the bench and beveled the edges, and then I sanded them down nice and smooth and saddle soaked the edge and burnished those. Then we got the stirrup leathers out, cut those to length, which was 65 inches, and I beveled and burnished the edges on those, and then we punched the holes for Blevins buckles in them.
There we go.
And that's where we are right now.
We got one thing left to do. We're going to tip our saddle, stand back, and get our pan in order.
Right.
So let's show what we're doing there.
I've got this is a little attachment for my drawdown stand, just for this purpose. So, put it like that. Let me pull it forward a bit, because I don't want to, yeah, about like that. Is that the big one?
That's the bigger one.
Okay. Now I'm going to carefully put this in the back of the seat. That's going to make this keep the dish in this seat while it's drying. Another thing we could do on Friday when we come back, I think I can cut the hole for the inlay out and get that started. Might do that instead of
Tool on that?
tooling. I don't know. We'll see. I'll decide.
We'll see
between
where we
now and
land. So we're just gonna let that sit there with the fan kind of blowing on it?
then. Yeah, but I want to get it rub stick and hammer.
Okay.
I want to kind of smooth it off across where this Cheyenne roll is going to be. Kind of want to shape this up pretty good. Because it needs to take the same shape as what the filler in the back camel already had there. Back here is pretty easy, but coming around this corner, I've always got a little bit of extra leather there that you need to kind of get rid of. This is something that throughout the day today, I'll kind of worry this and make sure it's going to lay down right for me. That's pretty good right there. All right. We'll just leave that there.
All right, so there you have it, episode 11, I believe we're on,
Yeah.
and we'll see you again for number 12.
Yeah, number 12 on Friday.
Sounds good.